Hey everybody, welcome to Top Deck. I'm Water Elemental, and today we're going to be looking at a pen and paper RPG. More specifically, its starter set. Now, if you're not familiar with pen and paper RPGs, they are very, very heavy on dice rolling and using a lot of imagination, a lot of hardcore books and stuff like that. But a lot of them do come with starter sets, and the one I'm talking about in particular is Pathfinder. Now, give you a little backstory of how I found this one. I actually wanted to start doing a pen and paper review and looking on websites and stuff. A lot of people actually recommended Pathfinder. So I went out, and since I've never played any of these before, I picked this setup. So this is, from my perspective as a new player, and as someone that's been really wanting to get into it. So let's take a look. Now, when you open up the box, you'll see two things. First being the Hero's Handbook, second being the Dungeon Master's Guide. If you're a veteran player to any RPG, pen and paper, or otherwise, you notice that these books are a bit thinner than usual. One of the few gripes I have with this set is the fact that they give you only so much with the beginner's set. The set I bought was 35 bucks, and you got two half-made books. You only get about half the player guide and then half of the actual character guide, where you only get 4 classes and 3 races. In the normal books, you have a lot more variety, and that's one of the things that they should get out right from the start, is variety and a lot of customization, and that's what a lot of people love about Pathfinder. And if you're not going to actually bring out what the key element of your game is that variety and all that interesting things, it's kind of a bummer. But they're very well-made books. Inside each of these books, there are very, very high-quality pictures as well as very, very good instructions. The player's manual actually having a basic tutorial on how to play the game, going through a single-player adventure. In the DM's guide, it has a standalone pen and paper role-playing game dungeon that you can play through that comes with the map, which we'll get to later. Both of them are very, very high quality and is a very great way for beginning players, especially me. I had a blast going through the single-player map, and it reminded me a lot of those pen and paper books you could get, where you had your dice and you'd roll, and depending on the outcome, you'd turn to certain pages and stuff, and you'd keep track of your life and stuff. I remember having a couple of books like that, and they were really fun. Some of the other stuff that are included with the set are these models. These are about a 1/4 inch thick foam mats here, and they're of characters and stuff, so you can actually lay them out and use them alongside of character portraits and stuff like that. This is very nice. It gives a lot of interesting feeling to it. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of little figurines or go paint figurines and stuff. You have everything right here. They're nice and thin, really easy to store, and you have a lot of variety. You got like golems, you have zombies. Oh look, a little water elemental right over here. You have all sorts of other options you have here that they give you. Not only that, inside of the DM guide, they have all the statistics and all the stats and everything like that for the creatures as well. So it gives you a lot of creatures out of the get-go if you want to start creating your own adventures. Along that, you also have pre-made character sheets. You have Fighter, Wizard, Cleric, and Rogue, the 4 classes that they start out with in the beginner's guide. And inside each one of them is the character sheet and a lot of descriptions on how it is. Now, you're not confined to these 4 classes. You also have your own sheets and stuff like here. Again, everything's written out and given a alphabetical number on how you're supposed to fill things out. This is the beginner's version of it, so it's not everything in the game again. The advanced ones are a lot bigger and they have a lot more options to it again. But this one lays out exactly the basics and all the beginner's stuff which you need to know to create your character. The final thing that comes in the box is really nice, and I think it's one of my favorite things about this set. It is a 2-sided plastic laminated map. It is a grid map, the front side being a part of the pre-made dungeon, and it comes with everything you need right here. And on the back side, it's a blank grid. Now, this blank grid usually runs about 15-20 bucks alone if you want to get a nice one. And what you can do is you can take dry erase marker and just draw on this all your adventure maps and everything you want to draw on here. So this alone is very, very nice. Probably one of my favorite parts of the set. And it's very high quality, very sturdy, and watches off very easily. I've tried this out a couple of times, and it looks brand new still, even after using a lot of dry erase marker on it. Now, overall, I think the set is very useful if you want to get into a Dungeons & Dragons format without getting very, very hard into it. There are a lot of gripes I have with this, first off being that the beginner's books do not have everything you need once you want to expand past it, meaning you're still going to have to go buy the core manuals, you're still going to have to buy the DM guide, and the advanced manuals and stuff like that. But if you want to start out very cheap, without buying the $50 books, this is probably the great set for you. Only $40, $35 for it, depending where you get it. Amazon has it for $20. I very highly recommend it if you're looking to get into any RPG whatsoever, and it's a definite buy. I am running a games off this. If you're even advancing past the beginner's manuals and stuff, you're still going to have the figurines, you're still going to have all the dice that comes with it, which is obvious you're going to get the dice with it, and you're going to have the map. And the map's going to be probably the thing you're going to be using the most. It's very high quality map, and you can use markers on it, and it's just very, very handy. So definitely, if you're into it, check it out. Very high recommended. That being said, I think I pretty much covered everything that comes in the set and really my opinion on it. If you guys have any questions, if you guys picked it up, if you guys disagree with me, let me know in the comment section below. Share it with your friends if you're interested. Get a group together with this stuff. This is a great game. Pick it up. Very cheap to start out with. Very expensive, but once you get all the parts, it's pretty much all you need to buy. Next time we will be covering a card game. I'll see you next time.